Jonathan Power with the super chat says, my comment had nothing to do with the opinions on the show. I watched the show enough to know your balance. Oh, yeah, I ain't talking about you. He said, in a lot of the non-casual circles, it's a problem if you're a stan for Jay too much. Why do you think that is? I think that...
The media.
I think the fact that Jay gets so much hate also, unwarranted hate.
From who?
I mean, from the fans. I think
Who?
I think a lot of fans who...
We the first people to even step up and even question some of the stuff that Jay has done.
I agree.
The rest of these, no, Mike, I'm gonna just call it what it is. The rest of these niggas is soft and they shook. They scared to talk about Jay.
It's true. They're scared to critique.
Yeah. We don't have those problems. I definitely don't have those problems because he don't control nothing in my life for no money. He ain't stopping according to hip hop from doing shit.
I think at the end of the day, though, Jay is ahead too, right?
He
I
is.
think that Jay understands criticism when it comes from a right place because he criticizes his own stuff. I think what some people do in the media, they try to
overinflate the
they
criticism.
overinflate, or no, not overinflate the criticism. They'll kiss ass unnecessarily where, you know, I guess to get Jay's attention, and he's probably not going to, you know what I mean? Like, he don't respect that.
It's not
He
worth
respects the fact that if you do say, you know what, this is why I didn't love 444. This is why I didn't love Holy Grail. Because when I hear Jay talk, he knows what it is.
Here's what
His favorite shit is my favorite shit.
Here's what people need to understand about the things that we say. And I'm going to say this. I've said this so many times. Mike, millions of rappers have existed.
Yes.
Across the world. And when we talk, we've only put one fucking guy ahead of him and we get called haters. What does that mean for what we saying about the rest of these dudes? If he's number two, we got one guy ahead of him. One
guy that a couple years ago I didn't have ahead of him.
And people look at us like, y'all some fucking haters. It's like, he's number two on the list of millions. If we were to like start, like let's say there was a database, like ESPN has like a database where they can like rank everything and file everything analytically. If we were to rank and file every rapper who had ever lived and he fell at number two on our list, it'd be like 3 million rappers like he's number two. It's like, you niggas is hating. It's like, no, we're just offering appropriate critique that you stands and you fans and you fuck boys never did.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry, when it comes to Jay got a lot of dick riders, not fans. There's a difference. Right. He got a lot of dick riders, Mike. And just because we're not dick riders, I guess.
Well, I'm waiting on a super chat from Leroy Green after that.
Leroy?
Leroy
has made some insightful comments.
Leroy's gonna chill out on that one.
Please.
I think we got another super chat.
Got this dude at number two, and they're like, y'all niggas be hating on Jay. It's like we just said Nas was the best MC of all time.
I mean,
that's
after
not hating
he just
on
put
Jay.
out 6 quality albums in 3 years.
Yeah.
Not to mention the other part of his catalog.
I had him at number one before this. You didn't, but what I'm saying is that it's not disrespect to slide one man ahead of this man.
No,
he's not God. It's like not no other MC should come before Jay. It's
I think the thing that's interesting here is the fact that he doesn't have to do anything to keep the title. It's like,
it's absurd.
He could just do nothing while everybody else in his class is working. And look, we got to be honest, 444 and Holy Grail are his last 2 offerings. And if we're going to be honest, those aren't his strongest offerings. Now, if you want to feel like 444 is a top 5 J album, I disagree. But whatever. You know that Holy Grail isn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at that point, how is that beyond critique? You're inactive. The last times you were active really wasn't your best stuff. It's what it is.
Okay.
Number 2 is actually great in this situation.
Everybody knows how much I love Rafael Nadal, Mike. Nadal was hurt all last year. Before he got hurt, he was 1 major ahead of Djokovic. He's been hurt all year. Djokovic won 2 more majors. Yeah. Djokovic is 1 up on Nadal now.
Yeah.
Mike, Nadal's the 2nd greatest player of all time right now. He's my guy. I hope he comes back this year and wins the Australian and the French and makes this another run with Novak. But right now, Novak Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time.
He is.
My guy is 2nd. And I can throw all these numbers at you. Like, I can tell you that Rafael Nadal has the best finals percentage in men's tennis history because he does, which means if he makes it to the final, he's probably going to win. He has a way better winning percentage than Djokovic and Federer in finals. Here's also the reality of the matter. Because of injuries, Mike, he hadn't played as many finals as Federer or Djokovic. Djokovic has more majors, has played in more finals, and his head-to-head record with Nadal, he's up by 2. Their major record is even, I believe. Novak slight advantage. I'm a Nadal fan. I can't stand Novak. He's a fucking rude, arrogant. I don't like him personally. Greatest tennis player of all time right now for men, though.
Well, there it is.
And you have to be objective about these things when they occur, because the reality of the matter, Novak went outside last year and updated his fucking resume, and my guy was fucking hurt.
You're right. Updating your resume is very important.
Everywhere else it matters.
Yeah.
When it's close. Why does it not matter when it's close with this?
Yeah.
That's that dick riding shit.
Mall 7 with the super chat says, I've always said it. Jay-Z controls hip-hop media. Almost no one in it criticize him. They're scared. They'll promote his new music and verse, but not Nas. Andrew Williams with the super chat says, Coop's telling the truth. Dre got a lot of fanboys. Dot with the super chat says, man, I went back to some Jay-Z old stuff, and that man was never on Nas's level at all. I never understood how anyone could have him above Nas. Patricio with the super chat says, Mike, Nas is my rap GOAT. I'm glad to see he's yours now, too. I got to admit, I do think that y'all have been a bit rough on Jay. 444 is a top 7 Jay-Z album.
Top 7 Jay-Z album. Ooh.
Top 7.
Ooh.
You heard that?
Fascinating. Ooh, not top 7.
Lucky 7.
Fuck out of here.
Top 7.
It's like, it's a top 7 J album. That's that dick riding shit I'm talking about.
You know, I was impressed when I heard American Gangster back in 2007. God damn, that was like 16 years ago.
2006?
Nah, it was 7.
Okay, I'm just
Kingdom
checking.
Come was 6.
It's been a minute.
But yeah, I was impressed with that because at the time, 11 years in his career, I was like, yo, he's making one of his best albums 11 years in. Very impressive.
Except for when guys start making some of their best stuff, I don't know, 2 decades
But
in.
again, that was 16 years ago.
So I'm saying
now.
that somebody is making some of their best stuff 2 decades going
Yeah.
on.
So it's like
Going into 3 decades.
What seemed impossible at that point for hip hop doesn't seem that impossible anymore. It was an incredible feat in 07, but now it doesn't seem as crazy, you know?
And here's the problem that people have with our critique. People are too stuck on the nostalgic of all the, and this is why I critique it maybe harshly the way that I do. Mm-hmm. I'm really just holding him accountable for all the shit that he said during his run, Mike.
You are.
I'm holding him accountable for the shit that he
said
during
his... Start off fast, ain't wheezing in the back.
I mean, he talked so much shit during his run.
He was on an incredible run.
Put your CDs out. Let's go song for song. I'm the illest nigga doing it till you prove me wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that?
He did.
Did he not say that?
He said all those things.
He talks a lot of cash shit.
And now it's time to back it up.
And now it's
right?
time to back it up. And the reason, in the reality of the backup is that you done backed up a slot.
Guys taking the brunch right away, guys.
No, I'm trying to go to the brunch. Fuck that. I don't know what Coop's over here talking about.
I'm
just
like
giving
brunch.
honest critiques.
I don't even like brunch like that. Them and everybody at that brunch can kiss my entire ass.
No. That's Coop speaking. I'm trying to go to the brunch. Y'all gonna see me taking pictures at the brunch.
Right.
You know, exclusive. They probably don't let you get the photos out. I think they have to get the photos out for you.
Look here, ain't
Hey,
nobody.
Memphis, invite us.
Ain't nobody dying to take no pictures with these damn rappers. Ain't never been that dude. That's
Oh,
why it's
come
like,
on, Coop, man. Like, you know, Memphis, send us an invite. I know Memphis watches
I'm gonna tell you who I am when it comes to these rappers, since we're talking about Outkast, Mike. And I think I've told this story once before. One time I got off work with my man Lionel, French guy, used to play tennis with Lionel, used to whoop my ass. Lionel and I ran into Big Boy in an after-hour spot one night after we had gotten off work. And keep in mind, Lionel's from France. I mean, no disrespect to him. He's an Outkast fan. He's not the Outkast fan that I am.
Yeah.
He saw Big Boy. It might have well been motherfucking Christmas. He said, Coop, this is when I was still rapping. He's like, Coop, that's Big Boy. And he's losing his shit. I'm like, go ahead and go take a picture with him. He's like, Coop, you don't want to take a picture with Big Boy? Because, like, literally, he's standing next to Big Boy and he's calling me over. And Big Boy's looking at me and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You know, I've never been like that.
Like Big Boy was literally standing next to my man with his arm around him. My man is calling me over and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I've always been this way.
Well, I mean, again, I don't even think it's kind of a pride or
So fuck a
anything
brunch.
thing. But no, I want the brunch. I want to see what's there, man.
Man, I don't like eggs like that. I don't like toast like that.
I want the golden syrup that they have.
Dude, is there freshly squeezed orange juice and pineapple juice there?
From heaven.
That might change my mind. I love some freshly squeezed juice.
I heard. I mean, they got the berries and everything and the trees that they're growing at the brunch themselves.
Do they have Meyer lemons to make the limoncello?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just asking.
I'll see if I can ask some of my insiders.
Find out, because they definitely not letting my black ass see.
But you, you worked at a record store as a youth. I was interning at radio at like 17. So, we were seeing people that we saw on TV. And it was not, you couldn't freak out, right? Like, that's not part of my personality anyway. But it was unprofessional to freak out in the first place. So it's like,
So, I've met Slick Rick twice. And I freaked out both times. For my level of freaking out.
I remember running into Scarface at a Dr. King parade. I was working radio then too. I remember running into CeeLo. And every time I just approach guys like, look, I respect your work. I mean, that's it.
Right.
There's nothing else to really say.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So this is what I mean. So 17-year-old me, Slick Rick walking into the store, by the way, in just some loafers and some jean shorts and like a little button-down shirt, like on some real casual shit. It's like, that's Slick Rick.
Now, if I see Rakim, that might be different.
It's like, oh shit, it's Slick Rick. And I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, oh, Slick's in the.
Yeah.
I'm like, who? I'm like, calm down, Coop. Calm down. When I was outside Madison Square Garden and he walked outside, the same thing happened to me again. I was like, Slick, I love you. My family loves you. He's like,
the clip that is being played right now is hilarious.
So
shout out to the producer.
So Slick Rick's the only person that's ever even made me kind of like get up off that square a little bit. But that's because those were my cousins who brought me into hip hop. That was their favorite rapper growing up, and they introduced me to hip hop. So it's not even my fandom of Slick Rick. It's like I know what he means to my cousins Six and Mark, and that's where that comes from. Me, Mike, I mean this. I don't give a fuck about these rappers, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why on that level of meeting them. The few times that I have spoken to them just on some what up shit, like not on they're fucking assholes to people, Mike. And they know that they are. You try to show them love face to face and they treat you like you're some fuck boy.
I don't think everybody's like that.
No, the majority of the time. Doing that to me, nah, you ain't about to fade on me like that because security gonna have to get me up off your ass. Yo security, because I don't need security. Because I don't need security when I'm walking around the city. You feel me? And that's why I don't do that. I don't put myself in situations to do what I know I'm gonna do. It's like, oh, you finna talk? No, ain't no grown man finna talk to me crazy or put me down because he got on a gold chain and sold a couple million records. No, and that's exactly how they be acting. And I can name names and give you an examples of the few times I've done it. Where one time, you remember the airport situation? My people had to literally be like, don't do it. It's a Fed charge if you do it in the airport. I'm like, you're absolutely right. Let's just get on the train and go home.
Let me get to these super chats. Chris White with the super chat says, listen to American Gangster, Big Mike version. Sounds completely different. Chris White also says, International Gangster, Jay-Z, Big Mike. El Magic says, Mike want to be a part of the Illuminati. I just want to go to brunch, man.
Mike, I can show you plenty of places where we can get some fresh croissants and fresh squeezed juice.
Yeah, I'm down to do that too. Patricia with the super chat says, Coop, 444 is a good album. I've been a Jay-Z hater and a Nas super fan since 2001. So it pains me a little to say that. Definitely not a Jay-Z dick rider. Mad Max with the super chat says, dudes hate Jay-Z like they hate Brady. You mad the 6th round draft pick became the belle of the ball and Jay-Z's hip-hop fly god. And he told y'all how nice he was when you didn't believe it. And then you mad at his tone when he told you. Great events of the Slick Rick celebrate 35 years.
Hold on, pause, Mike. Jay-Z has not been an underdog since we were teenagers. That's what I'm saying. Is just like stop running with this old narrative. He stopped being like
since '98. It was
Mike. No, stop that. Volume 1 went platinum, Mike. He stopped being an underdog after Volume 1. Volume 1 went platinum.
Jar won't smoke. What happened? I see that in the chat. Leroy Green with the super chat says, with Jay, you know the main argument folks are going to have about money. It's the main thing folks are mad about, and if you're a fan, they say you must love money. Mad Max with the super chat says, how ish on Joe Budden podcast talk about Nas, and you in the chat, and do that with Jay. Same feminine B energy.
Hold
you
on.
call Ish out for.
Hold on, Jarv up in the chat. I heard Jarv was up in the chat saying he created problematic. People been hitting me up.
That's what happened.
Quote your boy, you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my gosh.